that was an amazing ass conference. Before I get started with my review, my thoughts, my impressions on it, I want to address the upcoming clusterfuck of a comment session first. I want to address both sides. I want to address the Nintendo fanboys and the Nintendo haters before I get started, so I could kind of try to prevent you guys from acting stupid before y'all do. To the Nintendo fanboys, guys, give props where it's fucking due. I saw people this whole time, every announcement they made, meh, when it's shit we haven't seen before, when it's actually innovative. People was, oh, Sony needs to innovate, they need to do this and that. We could record gameplay on the PS4, we could stream it to Ustream, we could stream our game to our friends. Our friends can temporarily take over our game if we need help in the game. Is that not innovative? Okay, exactly. Shut the fuck up! You see what I'm saying? It's like Sony finally, I mean, they've done innovative things with the PS3, but I mean, this is like really innovative. They finally do something like just simply amazing and innovative, and you guys still don't give them props. Give Sony props, because you know damn well if Nintendo came out and announced the same features for the Wii U or whatever, you guys were like, oh my god, that's so amazing. You want that shit on your Wii U? You know you want that shit. Who doesn't want that shit? Come on. Let's just be real here, people. Stop downplaying. That was a good conference, period. Say what you want about the games. The games are, you know, subjective, whatever. If you're not interested in, fine, that's cool. But don't write a game off just because you're not interested. Now I saw people all Killzone 4, man. It's like, okay, well, you can't tell me the game didn't look amazing. Like you can't tell me it didn't. Game look freaking jaw-dropping. Nintendo fanboys, stop hating. That was a good damn conference. Swallow your pride, okay? Give props where it's due. Now to the Nintendo haters talking about rest in peace Wii U. And I know you guys are gonna call it damage control, but facts are facts. Gotta address you guys as well. How many times in history does it have to be shown and proven that specs don't determine a winner? Like, how many times does that have to happen? Do you guys realize that what you're saying now with the Wii U and the PS4 is the exact same thing we're seeing now with the it's the exact same thing we saw, you know, with the Vita and the 3DS. Everybody said, oh, the Vita's going to come out, it's going to shit on the 3DS, you know? And people did the exact same thing with the DS and the PSP. People did the exact same thing with, you know, the Wii, the PS3 360, you know? PS3 360, a lot more powerful than the Wii, right? You know, had tons more features, you know, and whatnot. Wii still came out okay. We still got two of the highest rated exclusives this gen, and won the generation. You know, talking about sales wise, of course. So I just don't understand how people could not learn their lesson from the past 50 times. You know what I'm saying? This has happened. Like, yes, the PS4 blows away the Wii U graphically, at least from what we've seen with the Wii U thus far. You know, maybe Retro Studios' game might close up the gap a little bit, but based on what we've seen so far, yeah, blows it away graphically. And yeah, the features, freaking awesome, freaking amazing. The whole streaming thing, like that, I'm sorry, that's my favorite thing. The whole streaming thing and the streaming to your friends and that stuff, I want that to be standard in all consoles from now on. I think that's an awesome idea. And I've always kind of had that gist, you know, in my head of like, you know, oh, I want to be able to, you know, like have my friends, you know, watch me play. Sony did exactly what I always wanted, you know, in my consoles. So yeah, you know, feature-wise, amazing. You know, graphically, amazing. Yeah, better than the Wii U. But if you really think that Nintendo is going to go bankrupt and they're going to die, you know, because of this, it's like, where have you been for the last few generations? You see what I'm saying? Because this ain't anything new. This is exactly what we had, you know, with last gen. So, Nintendo fanboys, sit down. Nintendo haters, y'all could be happy. Y'all could be hyped for the Sony conference for the PS4. I'm hyped. Shit, I'm buying that shit day one. But keep a clear mind see what I'm saying? Don't let the excitement, you know, what's the word to look for? Don't let the excitement, you know, proliferate your stupidity. Basically, you see what I'm saying? Like all these rest in peace Wii U comments, it's like face palming. Face palming. Because we've seen this shit before. We've been through this before. As Nintendo has proven time and time again, it all comes down to the games. But now that I've addressed both sides, and y'all both sat down, now let me actually get to my review. Let me get to what I think about the conference. Well, you guys already know what I think. I think it was freaking amazing. I actually wrote the list on my computer. I didn't write it down on paper because like right after the thing was over, I busted out my camera to do this video. Let me pull my notes up. I might have missed a couple of things too because I was like so engaged that I missed a couple of notes. My bad, y'all. Okay, here we go. First, they started off talking about you know, the share connectivity features, you know, things of that nature. I kind of already talked about that when I was talking about, you know, both sides and whatnot. But they talked about the specs, of course. Expect them to do that. You know, they're Sony. 8 gigabytes of RAM confirmed. Now, the thing I find weird is that they didn't give the specs for the GPU or the CPU. That's a little strange because I could have swore back in 2005 or 2006, you know, they gave like exact numbers, like they gave, you know, clock speed and, you know, core caches and, you know, stuff like that. But all they said was, you know, x86, you know, CPU, and then he said, you know, enhanced AMD GPU. Like that's not anything specific. The only really specific thing announced was the 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is 4 times, you know, the amount of RAM the Wii U has, and 16 times, right? 16 times, I can't do math right now. 16 times the amount of RAM the PS3 and 360 currently offer. Now, I'm sure some of that RAM is, not all that RAM is going to be, you know, usable for games, because like Sony said in the conference, you know, they have all these, you know, background, you know, things the PS4 can do, which is awesome. Like you could play a game while it's actually downloading. If you're downloading a demo, you can start playing that demo as it's downloading. Essentially, it's like streaming a video, except you're streaming a game. So you can play the game as it's downloading. You know, from now on, when you play online, it doesn't pause your downloads. You know, you can play a game and then stream your game to multiple people. See what I'm saying? So the PS4 is doing a bunch of multitasking capabilities. So yeah, I always thought, you know, 8 gigs of RAM was excessive for a gaming console, but it makes sense now. It really does. If they're doing all those multitasking capabilities, yeah, you need that much RAM. So yeah, they talked about the specs and, you know, all the connectivity features was awesome. They talked about the improvements they made to PSN, which was great. Microsoft, you better, I don't know, man. I don't know. They talked about the operating system, and they talked about how the operating system was going to be, you know, instant. You know, thank you, because that's like one of my huge gripes about the PS3. You know, you load the XMB, you know, and it takes a while for the icons to load. Now, it's gotten better over time, you know, throughout the updates and whatnot, but they talked about how they wanted to make sure the interface and the operating system, the UI, was just instant, fast. You know, everything is boom, 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 boom. You can get there, you know, friends list, bam. You know, exit the game, bam. Back to the, you know, home screen menu. Thank you. That is appreciated. You know, it's little things like that you know, we really care about, that gamers really appreciate. I already talked about streaming to your friends and stuff. Remote play on the Vita, you know, not surprised. They're already doing that with a few games on the PS3. Thing about this, like I said, and I've said this before, you know, about the PS3, like it's like the feature is there, but will developers actually use it? Because, you know, remote play was there with the PSP and the PS3. You see what I'm saying? And it wasn't used. It was used for like 4 games, and then support was dropped. So Sony, if you're going to support this feature, support it. You know, and encourage third-party developers to support it. Because you guys know, you know, I have a Wii U and everything, and ever since I got the Wii U, like you'll never realize how awesome it is to not have to require a TV to play your games until you actually, you know, play on a Wii U. See what I'm saying? So once I purchase my Vita after the price drop that will inevitably hit this year, if I could play all my PS4 games, remote play on my Vita in my bed, Sold. Sold. I mean, I'm already sold, but you guys see what I'm saying. That would be amazing. Sony, please actually support this remote play feature. Make it a standard. Thank you. They talked about Kakai and all their streaming functions, things of that nature. Killzone 4. Oh my God, Killzone 4. Yes. The rumors were true. You guys know me. I love Killzone. I'm a huge Killzone fanatic. At least I love Killzone 2. Actually, I haven't played 1. Let me fix that. I love Killzone 2 to death, but no, I'm a Killzone fanatic. Cause I love the Killzone universe and the backstory. I've read the whole backstory in the books and all that stuff. I love Killzone. That game looked amazing. It looked, call me crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's my bias speaking, but to me, Killzone 4 looked better than freaking Crysis 3 on PCs. Like, hey. Just going off what I saw, man, that looked better than Crysis 3 on PC to me. Hey, just saying. But hopefully, like I keep on saying, hopefully they make Killzone 4 the multiplayer like Killzone 2, rather than the codified, noobified Killzone 3 multiplayer like that. Killzone 2, please. Thank you. New Infamous game, Infamous Second Son. Yes. I love Infamous. I still actually have to finish the second game, but I played the first one, multiple times. Loved it. I like Infamous. I will be picking this up on my PS4. New Media Molecule game. They're doing this whole like 3D scope thing with the Move controller. You guys might scoff at that. You might write that off. Be like, what is this garbage shovelware? There are people out there that will actually appreciate that, and I mean, like, I don't see why creativity is bashed these days in video games. See what I'm saying? If something doesn't have guns and blood and gore and cursing, like, oh, I don't want to see it. Get that out of my conference, I appreciate, even if I'm not interested in things like that, I appreciate things like that, Sony. So thank you. Like the whole, it's something for the artistic gamers, they could get into. That's really awesome. Capcom, what was it? Capcom Deep Down. It kind of looked like a Dark Souls kind of game, I guess. But I don't think that was gameplay. I think that was a tech demo or whatnot. Square Enix showed it wasn't a game. A lot of people thought that was a game, but they actually used the words target render in the conference or something along those lines. They said they're trying to like target that level of graphics to their engine or something like that. So that wasn't an actual game, but that engine looks pretty dope. Very unique. I hope the actual tech demo they use or whatever that was, I hope that's an actual concept for a game, because it looked really unique, really interesting. If that's like some kind of RPG, I can definitely see myself getting into that. So that's all the notes I have. I know there was more announced, but that's all I wrote down. Like I said, I just got so engrossed in the conference that sometimes I forgot to write some of the notes down. The conference was that good. The only downside about that conference, I know some of you probably know where I'm getting at, is the lack of a price. The console sounds pretty damn expensive, Sony, and I noticed y'all kind of sneaked off the stage without telling us how much this thing was going to cost. I don't know. It seems like another $599 US, but I don't know. And that's not because the leap between the PS3 and the PS4 is the same leap between the PS2 and the PS3, but all these features they're incorporating into the PS3, those things cost money as well. They're making chips, and such, dedicated to these features, such as the streaming and things of that nature. So all these features of recording gameplay, uploading that gameplay, sharing your games to your friends, all that stuff, it requires money, extra money for the hardware, and that's like spec related. You know what I'm saying? Because these are extra dedicated chips that they're putting on the board to carry out these functions. You see what I mean? So that's definitely going to add on to the price of the system. So basically, and I know a lot of you people who hate my guts, whatever, going to be, oh look, Shokyo, you were wrong. It's a huge leap, over the Wii or whatever. Hey, I said in my what video was that? I said in the PS4 and 720 discussion video, I said according to these, latest specs that have came out, it looks like my ass is going to be wrong. That's a direct quote, So I had already said that I'm most likely going to be wrong, about the specs. Hey, I was just going off of the specs they had at that time, which were pretty damn low, and that was the 6670 and 7670 rumors with GPUs, which were like really low. But I was right and wrong in the sense that I was right that the leap won't be as big as it was last gen, because it wasn't. If you look at Killzone 1 and Killzone 2, or Killzone 3 for that matter, and then look at Killzone 3 and Killzone 4, the leaps aren't the same. See what I'm saying? But I was wrong in the sense that I thought the gap between the Wii U and the PS4 would be smaller due to, Sony basically, bleeding money, and there's no way they would want to heavily invest into specs again. But apparently Sony does not give a single fuck. They just want to give, their fan base what they want, and that's a high-end system. So, I mean, hey, like, do you, Sony? I ain't bash you for that. I just hope that you don't lose money on this thing. And I mean, this system is most likely going to be sold, at a loss. But I'm saying in the long run, I just hope you play your cards right. I hope you don't lose money, Sony, because I don't want to see you go. I enjoy your games. I enjoy PlayStation. I enjoy your systems. So PlayStation 4 is looking boss. It's looking amazing. Nintendo fanboys, give props where it's due. Stop hating. Microsoft, you gotta come with it, man. You got to come with it. Okay, time exclusive COD DLC ain't gonna cut it. Okay, Doritos Crash Course ain't gonna cut it. Avatar Fighter, okay, ain't gonna cut it. We need some exclusives. We need some exclusives. Thank you. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below about the conference. I'll see you fools later.